Can your mind accept that archaeologists find the hidden historical mysteries and their research and investments can't fully understand what they've uncovered? And how could these things or places have been used? They can't explain any of them properly. Their history and everything connected to them is still a mystery. And in this video, we'll try to help you understand them as simply as possible. So, just watch all the ones included here, because each one has its own distinct story you won't want to miss. Number 15. Bluefish Caves Butchered Bones. Picture a remote cave up in Yukon, Canada, holding a secret that rattled everything archaeologists thought they knew. Scattered inside the Bluefish Caves, researchers found animal bones, horses, mammoths, even ancient lions, etched with fine, deliberate cut marks. These aren't random scratches or the bite marks of some hungry beast. The precision points right at human hands using stone tools. Some bones date back 24,000 years, blasting the old timeline of humans in North America right out of the water. For decades, experts squabbled. Maybe hungry wolves or falling rocks made the marks. Turns out, the shapes and patterns left behind don't match up. Only humans with sharp tools could slice like that. Even the marrow was carefully cracked open, showing real skill. This evidence beats the Clovis timeline by nearly 10,000 years, and nobody's been able to fully explain who these early wanderers were or how they survived that Ice Age wilderness. Number 14. Oldest, stressed Greek poem. Inside a Hungarian sarcophagus, researchers stumbled upon something far stranger than treasure. A medallion draped around a young woman's neck, inscribed with a short Greek love poem. It wasn't the sentimental message that had experts reeling, but the form of the writing itself. The lines pulse with a metrical rhythm built on stressed beats, not the expected patterns of classical Greek verse. Those markings force a rethink of everything people thought they knew about the timeline of poetic evolution. Dated nearly 300 years earlier than anyone had ever seen this style, the poem mirrors the hymn structures that would only appear much later in Byzantine tradition. It's as if someone accidentally left a time machine's manual in the wrong era. Instead of fitting neatly into the story of Greek literary development, this single medallion has scholars scratching their heads and redrawing the map for how and when Europe's lyrical traditions truly began. Number 13. 31,000-year-old amputation survivor. Deep in the caves of Borneo, archaeologists came across a find that snapped assumptions in half. A skeleton, about 31,000 years old, missing its lower left leg. But this wasn't the aftermath of an accident or animal attack. The cut was clean, the bone perfectly healed, and most surprisingly of all, there were zero signs of infection. Whoever performed this amputation knew exactly what they were doing, and the individual not only survived, but lived long enough for the bone to remodel. This shakes up everything people thought about ancient medicine, dragging the record for surgical procedures back by more than 20,000 years. Before this discovery, nobody imagined that people so far back had the skill, or the nerve, to carry out such precise, life-saving surgery. The bones from Borneo raise big questions. Who taught these skills, and what other medical surprises might still be hidden in the shadows of prehistory? Number 12. Kilwa coin in Australia. A small worn coin turned up on the English Company Islands, tucked away in Australia's Northern Territory, and instantly set off a wave of speculation. The coin comes from the Kilwa Sultanate, a powerful trading empire on the coast of East Africa, and it's been dated to before the 15th century. That detail alone is enough to make history enthusiasts do a double take. Its presence in Australia hints that Portuguese or Arab travelers might have landed here about 300 years before the Dutch ever set sail in these waters. No records explain how a Kilwa coin could wash up so far from home, but it opens up fresh questions about just who reached Australia's shores first, and how global those early trade routes really were. With one small artifact, the story of early contact down under just became a whole lot more complicated, and nobody's managed to fit all the pieces together yet. Number 11. Great flood evidence of the Yellow River. Layers of earth along the Yellow River in China revealed something astonishing: the unmistakable traces of a cataclysmic flood that tore through the landscape around 1920 BCE. This wasn't just any local disaster. The evidence shows a flood so powerful it reworked the entire region, setting the stage for what would become the Xia dynasty. What's wild is that these physical remains were found centuries later than old stories had claimed, shoving established dates out the window. Discovered in 2016, the geological proof lines up with tales of a great flood, but shakes up the accepted timeline for China's earliest dynastic beginnings. It's not just mud and silt. The debris tells of a river bursting its banks, changing courses, and forcing a whole civilization to adapt. This single ground-shifting event now has experts rethinking the origins of ancient China as the real timeline continues to muddy old assumptions. Wait until you hear what's coming up next. This one's on a whole different level. Number 10. 2,700-year-old Phoenician wine press. Grapevines once climbed the hills above Tel El Barak, and somewhere amid the dust and weeds, workers pressed out more than a living. They shaped a legacy. Excavations in 2020 peeled back the soil to reveal a Phoenician wine facility left almost as it was: troughs, vats, and a system set up for high-volume production. The scene is pure industry, not some scattered village craft. Sidon, bustling nearby, likely counted on this setup to keep cups full, and historians now suspect this network helped Mediterranean wine culture catch fire. Nothing about the site hints at makeshift work. Everything screams efficiency and purpose, proof that the Phoenicians weren't dabbling. Their know-how echoed far beyond Lebanon, turning what might have been a forgotten workshop into a cornerstone of global wine history. Here, in stone and stain, the real flavor of the ancient world lingers. Number 9. 100-ton gold deposit discovery. No warning, no grand expedition, just a fertilizer company going about its business in western Turkey, when a routine dig in 2020 turned up something nobody expected. Instead of more minerals for the fields, workers unearthed a treasure that instantly rewrote the day's agenda. Almost 100 tons of gold, sitting quietly and untouched beneath the surface. The sheer scale of it, worth billions, shot this find straight to the top of Turkey's modern discoveries, sparking a surge of excitement across the country. Suddenly, what began as an ordinary workday became headline news and a massive boost for the local economy. Companies and officials rushed in, eager to manage the windfall and ride the wave of opportunity. All from a spot nobody had marked for fame or fortune. Sometimes the ground beneath your feet hides more than seeds or stone. It keeps its own secrets until just the right moment to break the silence. Number 8. Byzantine Gattaluzio marble lintel. 12 feet of marble, carved and crowned with coats of arms, lay waiting on Lesvos until 2022, when a team brought it back into the daylight. No plain stone, this lintel bursts with the mixed heraldry of two powerful families, the Byzantine Palaiologos and the Genoese Gattaluzio. The craftsmanship spells out more than just lineage. It hints at a deliberate handover of power, the kind you won't find spelled out in old stories. What really steals the show, though, is the rare image chiseled into its face, the only known depiction of the original Agio Theodoroi castle, forever lost to time except for this single marble memory. The lintel isn't simply a relic, it's an announcement, a headline in stone, making clear that old rulers stepped aside for new lords. Suddenly, the history of Lesvos gets a new chapter, and a chunk of forgotten politics moves front and center. Number 7. Falcon Shrine Ritual Complex. Step into the ruins of Baneka, Egypt, where a dig in 2022 peeled back centuries to expose a ritual complex tied to the elusive Blemies. Statues with sharp-angled cube shapes stand watch beside stone harpoons, clues that something unusual took place here between the 4th and 6th centuries CE. But nothing in the textbooks prepares you for what came next. a neat row of 15 falcons, each one buried alongside its own egg, laid out with the precision of a secret rite. If that's not enough to unsettle expectations, try deciphering the inscription warning worshippers not to boil heads, a rule as specific as it is mysterious. This single complex unravels the dusty silence around Eastern desert traditions, offering a rare peek into the spiritual world of the Blemmies. Statues, tools, birds, and eggs, all pieces in a puzzle nobody knew existed, now rewriting what people thought they understood about Egypt's forgotten rituals. Next up, something that left even the experts speechless. Number 6. Hyo Island Gold Hoard. Nobody goes poking around Hyo Island expecting to trip over buried gold, but that's exactly what happened when 32 gleaming objects from the Germanic Iron Age turned up under Danish soil. These weren't just local trinkets. Some even started life as Roman treasures, later reworked by local hands with a taste for the dramatic. The sheer mix, Roman and Scandinavian, simple rings beside ornate pendants, blows a hole in the old idea that Northern Europe was cut off and quiet before the Vikings showed up. Whoever buried this hoard wasn't just wealthy, they were plugged into trade routes stretching way beyond their chilly neighborhood. Every piece feels like a personal boast about skill and status, crafted with care and carried far. Turns out, even before the Vikings were a blip on the radar, Scandinavia was already putting on a gold show of its own. Number 5. Saxon coin of King Ludica. You'd think a patch of earth near Salisbury had already coughed up all its secrets, but then there's this one silver coin that flips everything upside down. It's got King Ludica's name punched in, right beside a bold claim: London belonged to him, not to Wessex. This dates straight to 826 or 827 CE, right when everyone assumed Wessex already owned the city. Imagine being the first person to brush the dirt off that coin. Suddenly, the official version of history looks shaky. It's not a buried hoard or a pile of relics, just one piece, quiet, almost smug, saying, "Guess what you missed?" There's something almost defiant about it. The way a single artifact can laugh in the face of centuries of accepted history and force everyone to rewrite the old stories, one stubborn detail at a time. Number 4. The Magdala stone. Someone years ago could have walked straight past that oddly carved block sitting in the synagogue at Magdala, never guessing it would stir up such a fuss centuries later. The stone, carved between 20 BCE and 70 CE, shows off a 7-branched menorah in careful detail, a sight that's never turned up inside another synagogue from this period. What does that actually mean? Suddenly, all the old ideas about these gathering places get shaken up. Instead of just social halls or meeting rooms, maybe synagogues already meant something much deeper and sacred long before anyone wrote it down. The timing is striking too, landing right in the days when Jewish and early Christian stories were overlapping while the Second Temple still stood. Number 3. Roman multiplum gold coin. Not far from Fredenbeck, Germany, an unremarkable patch of earth gave up something no one expected. A gold coin minted in 342 CE, unlike any in the history books. It wasn't pocket change. This was a Roman multiplum, a heavy ceremonial piece carrying the image of Emperor Constans. The coin's discovery within an ancient burial ground hints it was never meant for ordinary trade. Most likely, it was a high-stakes diplomatic gift, handed over to a powerful Germanic ally at a crucial moment in Rome's northern affairs. What makes this find even more remarkable is its singularity. There's no record of another coin of this exact kind surviving anywhere else. Held in hand, it's not just a relic but a one-of-a-kind artifact, a silent witness to a specific alliance, a long-lost handshake sealed in gold, and a rare glimpse into the ceremonial customs that shaped relationships at the empire's frontier. Let's jump straight into the next find. Believe me, you'll want to hear this. Number 2. Celtic chariot burial in Wales. Imagine digging into a Welsh field and expecting little more than old roots or maybe a rusty horseshoe. Then suddenly, iron glimmers back at you. As more earth falls away, there's a chariot, still with its horses and even weapons tucked in close, resting just where they'd been left 2,500 years ago. Whoever was laid to rest here clearly mattered. You don't get a send-off like that unless you've made your mark. It's the first time a burial like this has turned up in Wales, and it throws a whole new light on the Celtic story here. Instead of a quiet corner on the map, Pembrokeshire turns out to have been home to real status, real ceremony, and people with enough pull to go out in style. This one find doesn't just add a footnote. It rewrites what people thought about the Celts in this wild stretch of countryside, reminding us there's always more to the story than meets the eye. Number 1. Wari Child Sacrifice Site. Archaeologists at Huaca Santa Rosa de Pucallá found themselves facing a reality nobody wants to see. 29 young lives cut short, all at once, their remains arranged with ceremonial weapons, camelids, and guinea pigs. The details are sobering and leave no room for speculation. This isn't rumor or legend anymore. Before this find, the idea that the Wari culture actually practiced human sacrifice seemed distant, almost academic. Now, there's no denying it happened about 1,000 years ago, and it's impossible to walk away unaffected. There's something about seeing those offerings placed around the children that hits differently, proof of ritual, belief, and decisions made for reasons lost to time. It's a discovery that stirs up more than just questions for the textbooks. It lingers in the mind, a reminder that even the oldest civilizations sometimes leave behind truths that are hard to look at, but impossible to ignore. So if you've found value here, go ahead. Hit subscribe and add your voice in the comments below. A simple like or share can spark bigger conversations and keep knowledge moving forward. Your engagement isn't just welcome, it genuinely makes a difference. Grateful for every moment you spend with this channel and eager to see what you'll bring to the discussion next. Stick around for more, because every thoughtful click, comment, or share shapes what comes next. Thanks for being here, and see you in the next one.